I'm Stacey Hawkins for Breakthrough M2, here with you today to introduce some great fall recipes that are on program and that you are going to love. We are talking comfort food featuring intense flavors like pumpkin spice and awesome autumn seasoning. Doesn't that sound fabulous? I've got two recipes that I'm going to share with you today, both for Phase 2 and your transition program. Much like we do every month, I'm going to show you how to do it quick, easy, and delicious. And we are going to start today with a turkey tenderloin with a warm apple compote. How does that sound? Super easy, super delicious, and you can make it in one serving for yourself if you are cooking for one, or you can do it for your entire family. Let's start simply with the turkey tenderloins. You're going to find at the grocery store usually larger turkey breasts. What I suggest you do is to take that larger turkey breast and just carve off very thin raw slices of it, or even better, take the breast to the butcher and he'll do it for you. Sometimes you can find the prepackaged tenderloins and sometimes you can't find them at all, in which case you can certainly substitute chicken. Once you're ready to go, take your appropriate portion, season it with a little bit of the Dash of Desperation seasoning, and then throw it in a non-stick pan with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray. You're going to cook this literally for 1 minute on each side, and when you're done, you've got a perfect portion that we'll put right on the plate here. It smells so good. So on your chicken, you've got that little bit of salt, little bit of pepper, little bit of garlic. And what better way to make that pop with flavor than to take your fruit serving for the day, your half of an apple, and make it delicious. So a half of an apple is actually not your entire fruit serving, but it's a great way to alternately use your fruit in your main dish. What I did was I took 2 apples, and this is going to make a serving for 4. Take 2 apples, leave the skins on, but after you've washed them, I love this little magical apple corer. You simply push it over the apple, it's going to pop 8 pieces out, no core, no seeds, and then cut it up into tiny bite-sized pieces and drop it right into a small, this is about a 2-quart pot, if you will, that has a lid on it. Lid is key to keeping this compote perfect. What you're going to After you put the apples in the pot, then you're going to add the remaining ingredients. You're going to add a little bit of the Awesome Autumn seasoning. You'll add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and the apple cider vinegar is going to help keep it a little fresh and tasty, but more importantly, it's going to help break those apples down so that you have a nice, soft, warm compote to put on top. You'll also add a little bit of water and, the piece de la resistance, a little bit of the pumpkin pie spice. Once you put that in your pot, you're going to put the lid on and put it on low for about 20 minutes and forget about it. Do not lift the lid, do not peek. If you need to stir it, just kind of give it a little shake every now and then. And the reason for that is we want the natural fruit juices to be extracted from the apples, and we don't want to put too much water in there to water it down. So keeping the lid in there will help keep all of that intact. And when you are finished, this is what you wind up with. A really delicious, warm compote. And I'm going to put it in the white dish here first so that you can see it. And I wish you could smell this because, oh my gosh, all the flavors in the cinnamon mix, you know, the cinnamon and the ginger and the allspice and the nutmeg release all of the flavor that comes out in the apples as well, mixed with that apple cider vinegar, and it is just phenomenal. You'll take 1/4 of this and put it right on top of your turkey. And voila, you have an amazing dish that is not only approved on program, but that it's approved on program. Can you believe it? It's really yummy, and you and your family are definitely going to love it. Now, let's talk about taking this recipe and moving it over into transition. So for transition, what I suggest you do are 2 things. First of all, take a little bit of coconut oil or approved oil and use it to cook your turkey. It'll help keep it a little juicier and a little bit more moist. And then with the apple, you can actually use your whole serving of apple if you want a little bit more compote on there that day. And you could also add, believe it or not, a little bit of Greek yogurt to this, and it'll make it a little bit more of a creamy base to that compote and almost a sauce to pour over the chicken. It's just another way to take this basic recipe and kick it up a notch.